The views and opinions expressed on the Big Llama Show are those of the host and guest. They do not reflect that of our sponsors, advertisers, or employers. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Shit, it's in the she ruckus. Dead beat, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wagon to the Milligan, Louis V, I'm out there. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that? I'm getting paper, seats in a cloud, hands up in the air. Wagon to the Milligan, Louis V, I'm out there. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Welcome to the Sunday night live stream. Now, I am away on vacation, and I just want to say a huge thank you to Blackout AD and J-Birdy for filling in on tonight's episode. Tonight's episode is pre-recorded, but myself, Blackout AD, J-Birdy, all of us will be available in the chat. So if you're watching it live, make sure that you're interacting in the chat. We'll answer any questions throughout the chat and enjoy this awesome conversation between J-Birdy and AD. They do their late night episodes on their Twitch streams, so make sure you check them out. If you like my videos, make sure you're liking and subscribing. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, the most consistent Sunday night show, and I'm going to let them take it away, but thank you guys so much for enjoying the Big Llama Show. Thank you so much for being a part of this growing community. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for letting me take a little bit of time off to enjoy my family and enjoy some time off. And we will be back next week with a brand new live episode, answering all your questions and having a lot of fun. But without further ado, here is J-Birdy and AD, the host of the show tonight, with his co-host J-Birdy, and I can't wait to see what they have to say. Boys, let it roll.
Yo, what up, Llama Nation? It's your boy AD. Obviously, we talked about it last week. Llama is on vacation right now. He's somewhere on seas, probably getting seasick, you know what I mean, getting a little wavy. So he gave us the assignment of actually doing an episode, and I didn't think of another person to bring on but my boy J-Birdy. Oh, he's on this side, sorry. But my boy J-Birdy right here, J-Birdy96 on Twitch. If you watch us on chat, if you see us on any chat, really, he's always there. So J-Birdy, welcome to the Llama Show, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
Good time.
Yeah.
Obviously, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off so early. Sheesh, that's bad. That's bad hosting right there. But obviously, we're pre-recording this right now, and I think it's fitting because me and J-Birdy do a segment on my Twitch stream late nights with AD and J-Birdy, or J-Birdy and AD, depending on who's frying that night in the games. But and it's late night right now, so we're living the brand right now, bro. We're doing the pre-recording on right here late night on the Big Llama Show. So shout out to Llama again. I hope you're having a great time, and let's get to the show, man. Yo, Bird, tell me, man, how's it feel to be on your official quote unquote first episode of the Llama Show by yourself?
Pretty great. You know, I'm not being held back by a little big-headed, large-necked human being. You know, I'm not gonna mention any names.
Roman Turo
on Twitch.
Oh man, he's already getting shots. Shots. Now
I want to thank Llama.
Yeah,
for letting me come on here.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for letting me come on the platform. You know, we're hoping your internet doesn't work that well out there, or you just hate your friends. You know?
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But
AD rant.
And in this segment, it's the AD rant. All right. So, man, you've been watching the Llama Show for quite a while, man. So how does it feel to actually see us grow? Because I find it interesting when, well, obviously we have like a large group of people now that are continuously always supporting the streams and shit. And to me, we were talking about it yesterday, and we'll get into like how you came around on my stream for the first time, but how does it feel to watch this actually like grow into something a little bit more than what obviously it was before?
Man, it's been awesome. Just seeing everything grow on the show has been, the chat has been awesome. You know, me and Gabe don't even have to be just attacking each other anymore to keep the chat entertained. The chat can hold its own conversations now without, a core group. Even though the core group is always there, it's cool to see, the growth of the edits on the show has been pretty cool. The quality has been, that's my favorite part, is seeing the quality of the actual footage and grow on the show, and seeing the video quality go up on the show.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. So from my perspective, right, when I was just a wee little streamer, I would be streaming late nights all the time just because that's my schedule. And, this is early on. Like, the only person that would supported me at the time, really, that knew I was streaming was Big Homie. And he was like the only person that like I was telling, like, yo, I'm gonna stream or whatever. And he would stop by and chat. And then randomly, I don't even know when or how it happened, but randomly a guy named Mike, what was it, Mikey Boy?
Mikey Boy 69 or something?
Yeah, Mikey Boy 69 started rolling around. And like,
Mikey Boy.
He's not dead or anything, but no. So Mikey Boy 69 started entering the chat, and it was like a couple times where I noticed, and I was like super hyped because at this time nobody's watching me. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I got my first like viewer, like the first person that comes in and actually like interacts with me and like makes it kind of easier. It was like the first time I was interacting with a chat member that wasn't Big Homie that I didn't know, and I was like, at first, like, I felt like, man, like, do I know this person? Like, it has to be somebody I know, because there was like little hints of like things of like, I don't know, you would say something or whatnot, and I'd just be like, yo, I have to know this person. But that went on for, I don't know, a couple months, I think, like, where you would just, you would just come in. And by the way, he's Mikey Boy 69.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. And I didn't find that out until when I started really streaming a lot last year, and Gabe Roman 2 Raw started coming around, and at that point you were still like popping up in the streams and stuff like every so often, and he was like, yo, I think I know this person. And then turns out he comes back, he's like, yo, it was Jimmy, like, it's Jimmy. That's Jimmy. And that, in my head I was like like, it was mind blown, because I was like, one, because at that point we weren't like friends or nothing, like, you know what I mean, like,
like we hung out a couple times.
Yeah, we definitely hung out, we smoked together, like, we've had conversations, and we, like, I would say we were cool, but I wouldn't consider us friends. And so to me, and this is something like, we talked about a little bit yesterday, but I feel like that was a huge moment for me, because that was, like I said, the first time I had somebody interacting with the chat, like in the chat, and I was like, I felt a little bit more like a streamer in a sense, because now I had somebody to talk to. And I mean, obviously, thank you for that. But what also blows my mind is not only that you did that, but when I found out it was you, like, you continued to show up in the streams and stuff. And this is before we were even gaming or anything, because now at this point you're a staple to my stream personally. You know what I mean? Like, Big Llama himself says his favorite part of coming to my stream is hearing you. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people feel that way. Hunter, I know Hunter in the chat feels that way. There's a lot of people that come and listen to your commentary, especially when you go off on after lobbies and stuff. But again, like, then it started rolling into like where we were like, I think we started gaming again. You know what I mean? We started gaming every so often, and it just kept like to a point where we just started, me and you, like, I think we exchanged numbers or something, and it was like, yo, you gaming tonight? Yeah. And then we would hop on, because me and you are on the same schedule for the most part on the late night stuff. So in that time, right? Like, I gotta pick your brain. Like, what was your thought process? Like, actually, like, just jumping in this chat and stuff.
At first, I was like, yo, let me see if he's even going to realize anything. Because Roman told me you were streaming, and I was working night shifts. I was like, oh, what else I got to do? I was like, all right, let me sit here and see what's going on. And then, I would just start. I knew you were into the UFC stuff, so I was like, let me throw a couple of these things out there, but then I would purposely say things like, oh, where in Florida are you from? I said, oh, about 45 minutes north of West Palm. And I was trying to see if you would be like 45 minutes north. And you never caught on. I was trying to see if you would eventually catch on to it being somebody you knew. You had, and then I stuck around because the content was good. and then the conversation got better, and then people started joining in, and I don't even remember what point it was that it became what it is now.
Yeah, me either.
I don't even remember, when people really started coming into the, to grow it all together.
Yeah. I find it funny though, but you say the content was good, but to me, like at that point, like I was not good at streaming, I don't think. Like even now I'm still getting better and stuff, but that shows me in a way like the potential's there, like, and I was saying that yesterday, like with the kid that, somebody that I work with was in the chat last night. And like I was telling him today, I was like, bro, like that means a lot to me. Like that people like you, especially because again, we weren't friends. It's not like you were supporting your homie. It was like, you know what I mean? Like you were coming in and we were having like genuine conversations about hip hop, about things that we talk about to this day. You know what I mean? Every day we talk about stuff and we have like actual conversations. So it kind of manifested into what it is now. And yeah, I got to say thank you for that, man. I got On the Llama Show, episode 55 with J-Birdy finally making his appearance. I got to say thank you to that because you really
double
did
nickels.
Double nickels. You definitely gave me the confidence though. Now let's transition into when we started gaming and stuff. Did you, because earlier, like I make it very known about Blackout and like what I want it to be. What were your initial thoughts of like when you started seeing people come around and you started meeting like, Herc, Homie, Hen and them and started gaming with them? Like what were you thinking about like Blackout itself?
I thought the community was awesome. I keep using the word awesome. I don't know what else, another adjective to use.
It's sick.
But the community was just, we all, even now, like I play with them without you, or they all play together without us, or, except for Gabe, unfortunately. Nobody will join up on him. We even have like Gordo playing with us.
Yeah.
And just joining in at 3:00 in the morning because he sees we're on the game.
Yep.
But at the beginning it was just, we all were about the same skill level, which was also pretty cool. Nobody was way better than anybody else. We all had the things that we were really good at. Gabe's great bait, Hen good at pushing, and then it was just pretty cool that we all of our play styles more or less fit into each other. And then when I finally started learning where everybody knew everybody from and put the pieces together, it was even like I didn't know you didn't know Herc.
Yeah.
Until I was like, oh, he lives in Jersey, but then Hen is from there. And then once I started finding all that stuff out, it was pretty cool how everybody all knew each other.
Yeah.
But some people don't actually know each other. We only know each other virtually.
Yeah.
We don't even know what Hercules looks like, under waist down.
If he got small calves or big calves, we don't know.
Yeah, it could be, is he a size 5 sneaker?
Yeah,
does he wear thong flip flops?
Does he have to order his sneakers?
Who knows? Does he wear shoes? Does he have feet? None of us know.
Nah, this is true. Yeah, I think with like what we're building, and again, I keep mentioning the conversations I have because every day I have these same conversations because right now at the forefront, this is what I'm building, right? But with this shit, it shows like we all like similar things, and the fact that we all can come together, talk about whatever topics anybody wants to talk about, and have banter between it. I think that's our greatest skill as a group. But I think you added a lot of like witty and smart takes, like because you have very like to me, you have some of the best takes out of all of us because you have facts that go behind these takes. You know what I mean? It don't matter what we're talking about, especially like when it comes to sports and things. You start bringing out facts that I'd be like, damn, like how the fuck? Ooh, I almost said it, but I didn't. I would be like, yeah, I forgot we're pre-recording. This feels like a stream setting, but yeah, I'd be like, how does he know that? Like he just pulls a fact off his head, and it makes the conversation better. But
a lot of documentaries.
Yeah. You also you're really into the mob ties.
Yeah, it's like 40% of my brain. Sports are like 30%.
Yeah.
Girl sniping. Names are like 10%. Sniping is slowly going away.
It's about 7%. It's about 7% right now.
Yeah. Thanks, Ravensoft.
Thanks, Patch.
Yeah,
all right, man. So now that we're here on the Big Llama Show, we kind of got our backstory. Let's get into some. I don't want to say topics, but tonight the Warriors won, right? Let's get into this, man. So how do you feel about the Warriors winning their 4th championship as a core?
I think I don't know, man. I don't even have words for you. 4 out of 6.
Yeah.
You know, they've been to 6. They won 4.
Yeah.
And the only reason they didn't go the last 2 years is injury.
Yeah.
You know, last year Steph Curry played 5 games all season. They haven't had Clay since 2019 or 2018. He hasn't played 2 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, and Draymond's not a scorer. He can't carry a team. He carries them emotionally. So I thought the way they all put those pieces together. Steve Kerr with 9 titles.
Yep.
He's got 9 chips. There's only like 2 people I think that have more than he does.
Is he on his way to becoming like the most winningest coach? Or not yet?
I'm not sure exactly what the stats are on that, to be honest with you. He's got to be close.
Yeah, he's got to be.
You know, he's got to be close. He one of his seasons, he's got the most wins in a season. He went 73-9.
And when you think about it, he's played or coached for some of the best teams in history.
Yeah. And he's beaten that 73-9 team, beat the Bulls record of 72-10 and the team he was on.
Yeah. That's nuts.
He coached the team and beat the record of the team that he played for.
That's nuts. I think with what they had, like it just shows the, how do you say, like the, oh man, I'm blanking right now, but them being there. No, I was gonna say like them being there multiple times, it really showed in this playoffs. Like the experience, that's what it is. The experience of the team, the experience of the head coach really played a part in what they had. The experience of the players. I mean, you got somebody like Jordan Poole and the Wiggins. Like to me, those two benefited the most from the core 3 because like, bro, like think about Wiggins, number 1 pick. I'm pretty sure people kind of thought he was like a bust for the most part, right?
He
like
was for a second,
for a while, and he gets to a team and his career gets rejuvenated. People, this whole playoff, especially the finals, was like he might be Finals MVP because he was playing both sides of the court. You know what I mean? He was very impactful. And then the Jordan Poole kid, like already his skill level is there. You could see it. He's got skill, but now he's learning to shoot from 2 of the best shooters the game's ever seen.
Eventually, by the end of their careers, they will be 1-2.
Yeah.
You know, mathematically, that's what's going to happen with the way they've been shooting, and they'll be 1-2.
Yeah, and that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But
Draymond is one of the best 2-way players we've ever seen.
Yeah,
he can guard every position on the court.
Yeah,
every position. You know, he's a Dennis Rodman-esque player. You know, you don't need him to score. He's there to get rebounds. He's there to give the stars the ball, and he plays his role very well. And he also doesn't let the locker room get out of hand. Everybody knows their role when they're on Draymond's team,
which is dope. You need as somebody who played sports, like you need that anchor. You need that person to lead on and off the court. You know, and really, like you said, he's not their best player by far. No. He's not their best player,
but he keeps the team together.
Yes, I think he's an important piece. Now, did you expect the series to go the way that it did?
Yeah, I knew the Warriors were going to win by at least 2 games.
Yeah,
at least 2. I thought at first they might have done it in 5. You know, but I thought Steph went off. Don't get me wrong, but I thought we were going to get a 50-point game from him. Yeah. He got close. He dropped 44
today.
You know, but I thought last game I think it was. Gotcha. Yeah, game 5 he dropped 44. Yeah. You know, and it just shows you Tatum is one of the most talented players in the league. You know, some may argue top 5. I'd say definitely top 10. And he had, I think, 2 great games.
Yeah,
and that was it. You know, they just showed you that the Warriors are who they are.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And that was my prediction was like the Warriors are winning in 5, but Tatum's gonna go off crazy in one of the games.
He never really did. He didn't really go nuts. No,
he did not. And it sucks because I've been seeing all over Twitter and shit him getting memed. Like, oh, I love Kobe. And it's like, you're down 30 points in the final, last game of the final to close out the series. But for him to me, I'm a very casual basketball fan, right? Like I watch a lot of the playoffs. And now that I have like a group of friends like you, Hen, like we're in the group chats talking about these games, even Gabe, like we're having conversations about it. So I'm getting more intrigued and wanting to watch more. But as a casual person that I am, I didn't expect the Celtics to get to the finals. Like they were, if you would have asked, you would have gave me like every team that made the playoffs. And just at the beginning of like a conversation or a stream or whatever, like these are the teams that make the playoffs. who do you think is going to be in the finals and who do you think is going to win? Easily would have been like, I think the Nets and probably the Warriors. And I think the Warriors probably would have won. And I think that would have been a series that people would want to see. But that just shows you the talent of what you're speaking to, of Tatum leading a team that has, you got Marcus Smart and a couple other people that are really good, but he really led a team all the way to the finals. And kind of, I think it was like 2 Game 7s they had to get past. Yeah. So that showed they have what it takes to get to that level. What was that?
They beat the Bucks. They beat the Bucks. The defending champs.
Yep.
They beat the Nets, who supposedly were going to be the greatest team we've ever seen.
Yep.
And then I thought that's where my money was going to be, Warriors Bucks. Because I thought I said once Clay came back, I was like, there's no way they don't make it. It's written in the stars.
Yeah. And is this I don't know if you know this, but is this the first year that their new arena's open?
Yes, I believe it is the first year.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy.
And then, the champion, the MVP trophy is called the Bill Russell Trophy, who was a lifetime Celtic, and they beat the Celtics, and Steph Curry wins the Bill Russell, against the Celtics. It was just written in the stars.
Yeah. And that's his first finals MVP that Hendog said.
Yeah. Yep. And just like it's called the Larry Bird Trophy, do you win the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah.
He was a lifetime Celtic. Celtics win the and this is the first year that trophy was named that.
The Larry Bird? That's crazy.
Yeah. And then the Western Conference Final Trophy is called the Magic Johnson Trophy. You play for the Lakers. The Warriors play in LA.
No, they play in
California.
Yeah, they play in Cali.
Yeah. In California, yeah. So it was pretty cool that, a California team won the Magic Johnson Award and the Celtics team, won the Celtic Award, which was pretty cool.
Yep. All right, so what do you think about next year? Do you think they have, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but do you think they have what it takes to maybe run it back next year?
I think they have a better chance probably than anybody else.
Yeah.
How do you bet against the champion? They just proved they're the best ever. Not the best ever, but the best of the year.
Team. Yeah.
With the most put together team. Unless LeBron goes out there and does something crazy and gets a superstar over there. But there's other teams like the East is stacked. Milwaukee is stacked.
Yep.
And they got Giannis out there, the Greek freak, who maybe besides Kevin Durant's the best player in the world right now.
Yeah, you can't count them out. And even let's be real, even Brooklyn, they're not what they're not what we expected, but they're still a problem.
Yeah, if they get their chemistry together, they are the best team on the court. On paper, they are the best team.
Yeah, skill wise.
They are the 2000 Yankees. In the NBA right now. Baseball reference for all my baseball
heads. Shout out to the MLB the show 22 streams. We've been going crazy. We've been going crazy on this. All right, man. So let's transition to some UFC. We've gotten a couple fights announced. We had a nice card last week. Let's get your take on actual last week's card. What'd you think about Yuri Prohaska getting the light heavyweight championship?
I like the guy. He does remind me of a John Jones. Not as loose, but he does his style. The haircut, phenomenal.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, well, he is gonna knock somebody out with it one time. It's gonna happen. like Connor's shoulder. Can he defend his belt? I don't know. I don't know if he'll be able to defend it. I think they gave it to him a little too quick. He doesn't have the big UFC, big crowd experience, which fighting in front of a big crowd is way different than fighting. I don't care how good you are. It does take an impact on you when 30,000 people are watching you live.
That's
and in
true.
the back of your head, I don't know. I can, minimum 1 million people probably buy a UFC pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And now you have 1 million people at home. In the back of your head, that's got to affect you. And most people that we see, they get to that level, they can't keep it. If once you get there, most people can't keep it for a long time.
Yeah.
All the greats that we speak of, Mount Rushmore guys can keep it and defend it again.
And that's why they are on that Mount Rushmore.
Exactly. Can this kid be there? I think he's going to lose his belt earlier than people think, and then he's going to have a long reign later on in his career.
That's a good take, though. That's a good take right there. Because I believe he's all right. When we talk about light heavyweight at this moment, because obviously John Jones is now heavyweight.
Yep.
He hasn't fought, but
we all know what's going to happen.
We all know, yeah, exactly. That's the trajectory. As light heavyweight, I think we'll see Glover Teixeira maybe get back. Hopefully, I'm hoping he gets a rematch because it was such a good fight. I would love to see it again we got Jan Blachowicz, who is going to fight. I forgot who he's going to fight, but he's fighting somebody for the #1 contendership. So then you got that. And then there's even talks of like Yuri, like saying before, like, I'll give the fight to him because he had it, you know? And deservingly so, because he was the former champion before Glover.
Yeah.
And then you got somebody like Dominic Reyes, who I think personally, I don't know how you feel about Dominic Reyes, but what he showed us in the John Jones fight shows us he has the skill to get to that level. Now, he's been in the media the past week or so, and he's talked about how that John Jones fight was a turning point for him because it kind of crushed his confidence. Because going into it, he was knocking people out with his left hand, going crazy. And then he fights John Jones, takes John Jones, and to be honest, you're a huge John Jones fan. To me, he gave John Jones one of the hardest tests besides Gustafsson.
I think he might have given him a harder test.
To
be honest.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Gustafsson's style is so similar to John that it made the fight better.
Yeah.
You know, it was almost like they were fighting themselves, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I think Teixeira gets his rematch. He may even beat the kid.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of people are saying that they were both having off nights, which I kind of find that kind of...
You know, and if that's an off night for Teixeira, you know, sorry, guy.
Yeah.
You know, because he had you for 4.5 rounds.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, realistically, Glover was in danger maybe a couple times, a handful of times, maybe 3 times where it was like, because to me, right, watching the fight, it was like so back and forth that like Glover dazes Yuri. Yuri dazes Glover within the same sequence. It's like, oh, Yuri's gonna finish this. Oh no, Glover's gonna finish this, you know? So like, you're right. Like, I don't know. I think the rematch could go very differently, though. I think somebody's going to get finished. I don't think it's going 5 rounds. If
I had a 3-1 going into the 5th. Yeah, 3-1 to Shara. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But that's why the light heavyweight division is the best, in my opinion, and is the best weight class in the UFC. Not right now, talent-wise, but skill. But, like, they have heavyweight power with welterweight movement.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only fight division in the planet that has that. You know, that has knockout power like a heavyweight, but can move like all the lighter weight divisions.
That's fact.
You know, that's why people like, you know, Adesanya, who's probably the top 3 greatest strikers we've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, goes up to light heavyweight and gets worked. You know, because now you're fighting somebody at 205 who can move just like those guys who can move at 185.
Yeah. And
you know,
and he's stronger. And the thing was, like, you know, they don't necessarily hate on John Jones, but they wanted him to just be like, yo, jump in a fight. But for him, putting on weight was the right move, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because and the time he's had to do it, because now he's got acclimated to the body. Now I'm sure he's had numerous training sessions at the weight he wants to be at. You know what I mean? So, but for Adesanya, he didn't put the weight on, and it showed. Like, Glover just out wrestled him and won the fight the way he should have. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would have been. Like, you know, I thought somebody was going to get dropped personally. That's what I thought. But like you said, there's weight divisions for a reason, man. Yeah. What'd you think about the Shevchenko fight?
Homegirl retired, right?
No. Shevchenko versus the Brazilian.
I don't know if I remember. Mind you, I was at work, dude.
Oh yeah, you were at work. You were.
I probably missed a fight or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What were your thoughts on the fight?
So, I just thought Valentina showed some weaknesses. You know, she's so dominant that it was one of those times where, like we talking about with Dominic Reyes and John Jones, that the champion got put to the test, and it really showed that it was like, oh, you might be dominant, you might be on a 6-fight win streak, but there's some holes in your game, and somebody's gonna exploit it. So that, you know, nothing crazy. What's your biggest fights you're looking forward to coming up?
Like that Tua Gon fight, bro, is gonna be nasty.
Yeah,
there's gonna be blood. It's gonna look like a '99 WWE pay-per-view. There's gonna be blood. You know, I gotta slide the wrestling.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, this guy right here, he's a wrestling encyclopedia. You know. I would like to see you and Llama have an episode and just go on the history of wrestling. I think that would be a phenomenal episode.
Yeah, and I do think that fight is gonna look like an Eddie Guerrero blade. If you don't know the reference, chat, Google it.
Google it, chat.
Yeah.
By the way, chat, we know you're here. We see you.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
If you're on Twitch, throw some ADs in the chat. Throw some bird wings in the chat. You know what I mean? Let's get the chat going, popping right now. I know we're pre-recording this, and it sucks because I would have liked to do this because obviously I'll be in Florida and we'll be linking up and shit. I would have liked to have done this in person. It was just time. I was like, bro, I don't want to have to stop whatever we're doing to record.
You know, be dope though. We're gonna be in the chat.
Yeah, facts.
You know, with the chat.
And I enjoyed that. Like when we had the Herc episode that we pre-recorded, I enjoyed that. Like me and Herc were in the chat, and it was just, it was like a different feeling because now I don't ever get to be in the chat. You know what I mean? Like literally on my stream or whatever. Like I'm not the one typing in the chat, and I like that experience too.
I'm always in the chat. Chat.
Man, this guy is a chat moderator. You hear me? Yep. He will ban you. He will
quickly.
He will ban you for.
I'll give you that 10-second timeout.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, facts.
Run your mouth. Go ahead, try it.
But yeah, I think Cyril Gone and Tuivasa is gonna be it's not gonna last long.
John, whoever. It's gonna be John.
It seems John Stipe. Like that's all I hear. So with that fight, who do you think? It's tough.
I gotta say John because he's so far has proved you cannot stop me. Yeah. You can, and until somebody does, Stipe's been stopped.
Yeah.
John Jones is only lost. He wasn't even defeated. He beat the guy up so bad that they said John lost.
Yeah.
Disqualified. 12-6 elbow, which is, I think is the worst MMA rule there is.
You think you should allow it?
Of course, I think they should allow it. 12-6 isn't allowed, but 11-7 is okay.
Yeah.
Or 11-5 just because I tilt my elbow a little bit, But you can still follow it with the 12-6. Which it's a stupid rule. You just can't initiate at 12 and end at 6, but you can initiate at 11 and end at 6.
Yeah.
That's
a good point. See, I don't even think that's right there, chat, is why this guy is good because he thinks about things that I'm not even like. I'm like, bro, I don't care about the rule setting. You know what I mean? Like, I should know that the amount of UFC I watch.
He would be undefeated. What is he? 28-1,
something like that,
or something with one no contest for just John being out of the octagon. Stupid.
Yeah.
He
would have never lost his belt.
No. They would have had to give him another belt to put more rubies on it.
Yeah, that was before the rubies, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And he ran through 3 divisions. He ran through 3 eras. He ran through the Liddell, Rashad Evans era. Arguably the next era, and then the era that's out now. Most of the contenders have gotten beaten by him already.
Yeah, I mean, you got Santos, Reyes. Yeah,
right. Did he beat Glover? Did he fight Teixeira?
Yeah, I think he did early on. Yeah. He did. Glover fought him for the belt. And that was the first time Glover's first chance, and he got beat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that was John's the man. But Stipe is the greatest heavyweight we've ever seen.
Yeah.
What is there, 10 divisions or whatever there is? If you're the greatest in one division, you're automatically in the top 10.
Yeah, easy.
And he's definitely not in the bottom 5. So you're looking at a top 5 guys of all time.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about John Jones' highlight reel, it's all the people I grew up watching that I thought were great just getting fucking finished, bro.
Just look at his record. Just look down his record and read the names. And
legends in the game.
Most of them are going to be like, no way. What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those are going to be your reactions going. I think he beat Chael Sonnen. Didn't he? Did John Jones fight Chael Sonnen?
Yeah, he beat him.
Yeah. Choked out Lyoto Machida, the most devastating submission
in the
ever seen.
Most nastiest chokeout we've ever seen.
A stand-up guillotine knockout. Bro, that's crazy.
Oh, put him to sleep, bro. Machida, bro.
Machida.
Yeah, crazy.
Not Rashad Evans, Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
Pieced him up.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to see him at heavyweight, man. Because
me too.
If he goes, I mean, obviously with John Jones, there's always the out of the octagon things that.
Yeah, but I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
and all he's been doing is in an outdoor range shooting guns and working out.
Yeah,
I think he's really serious about this comeback. He's not a young John anymore. He's not 22, 23 years. That kid was champion at 23 years old, 24 years old.
Youngest.
How else are they supposed to act? He's supposed to just act like a professional. You know, does he have anybody in his life pointing him in the right direction? He's like, yo, don't go to the club tonight. You got to train in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, or does he just have people that he's paying to make him the best? Or, you know, is people that are like, yo, just do this, John. You're still the champ.
Yeah, it could. He probably, to me, it does seem like it smells of yes, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When you get to that level, the people are there because they know your potential. You know.
Yeah.
But
who does he fight for? Is he with Greg Jackson?
No, with his last allegations of like whatever happened in the hotel with like his wife and daughter, they kind of like kicked him out for the most part. So I don't even know where he's fighting at right now.
Yeah, you know, maybe he's paying people to just come to the crib, and he's just training at the house, which is probably the best thing for him.
Yeah,
you know, I'm pretty sure the gun range he uses is his backyard too, so it's
convenient. And he lives in like New Mexico or something.
Yeah, well, he just has fun out there and lives in the desert and shoots guns and beats up people for money.
And then what's crazy about Stipe, I know you're about to bring him up, but what's crazy is he's a firefighter. Active firefighter right now. As a champion, he was a firefighter working. Yeah. That's crazy to me, bro. Crazy. Yeah.
Living in Ohio. That's a real American boy right there.
Yeah.
And he beat Ngannou. You know, obviously it's a different Ngannou than we have right now.
Yeah.
You know,
still the same threat though.
Same, it's Stipe. You know, great wrestler, great stand up. You know, great stand up. You know, and that's John. And then I think if they go to the ground, I don't know how well John can compete, because John, I don't think is going to be used to fighting somebody like Stipe at that weight class, trying to hold him up or trying to, get around him. It's going to be a war.
It's going to be dope to
get
see.
Knocked down in 30 seconds. Somebody's going to get dropped.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, people talk about ring rust. Like, do you believe ring rust is real?
It can be. It depends on what are you doing when you're not in the ring. You know, are you just chilling on a pool? You know, or are you staying in normal people shape? If you stay in normal people shape all year round, you can get in fight shape quickly.
Yeah.
You know, but ring rust does exist, and any sport, you can't just play baseball, be great, and stop playing for 2 years and think you're going to come back at the same caliber.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
That's
true. And then when it comes to fighting sports, every day is another day taken away from your career.
Yeah.
You know, the fighters only have 3-4 year primes. So yeah, I do believe you bring wrestlers real. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, a part of me wants to hate on Jones, right? Like, a part of me really wants to hate on him just because but that shouldn't be the case, because what he did in the octagon, not many people will ever do. You know what I mean? In the history of the sport, because again, the sport's so young. This is gonna go beyond us. You know what I mean? But man, I don't think he's the type of person that ring rust might affect. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's gonna get in there, and I think he's gonna show us why he's that guy. Like, why? And I hope he wins. I do honestly hope he wins, because it makes UFC more fun. You know what I mean? Like, think about now at this point what a return, like a John Jones return post-pandemic will be, especially with the UFC, how much it's grown from the beginning of the pandemic till now, Yeah.
And then you got to follow it with Conor. A Conor return is definitely imminent. And you can, I feel like you can't do it too close to John, because then you're wasting 2 spotlights.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to do one in December and then one in February.
Yeah.
Because I think a Conor return is definitely coming.
Oh man, this guy's been posting training videos all week. Like, he's looking sharp too.
Selfishly, Conor Masvidal, just because, just a bang fest. Them dudes will just rock out. Yep, that's it. You're gonna have they're almost the same personality from different parts of the world.
The shit talk will be amazing. The lead up to that fight will be amazing. The press conference, the face-offs, that's a no-brainer though.
Doesn't say anything, or Masvidal just doesn't say anything the whole way up.
But the thing is with Masvidal, man, like the Kobe Covington situation, him sneaking him and stuff, and like even Kobe like pressing charges on him and stuff. I think that's gonna hold Masvidal down for a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, but I don't know if Dana White cares when it comes to paycheck. That'll be the biggest. That'll be Diaz Conor money.
Yeah,
if that fight goes down.
It's true.
You know, which I'm pretty sure to this day is still the biggest UFC pay-per-view buy of all time.
It's true.
Is the Diaz McGregor 1 fight.
Damn. All right, one more fighter before we switch topics. Israel Adesanya. Your thoughts?
Like I said earlier, top 3 strikers I think we've ever seen. You know, Silva, Jones, Stylebender. You know, I don't know if you and what particular order you would put them in. You know, I think John, just because of what he's done, is 1. You know, Silva at 2, and Adesanya eventually will probably go up to that number 2 spot. But he's, you know, but I think his weakness is his ground game. You know, if he fights a true wrestler that he can't keep on their feet, you know, what is he really going to do?
That's the thing. Like, his skill level on the feet is so high that, like, you put Derek Brunson, who's a skilled wrestler, somebody you're talking to, is like, he's not standing with Stylebender though. He's not gonna take Stylebender shots, and that's the thing that's the beauty of him. I think it depends on how you put the list, right? Like, if you're putting pure skill, I don't think we've ever seen a striker's pure skill as good as him. I'm talking about timing. His feints are crazy. The way he picks people apart, you know, like. Though I also like how it's not only he's picking people apart, he's getting into firefights. Like, I mean, when you think about like the Kelvin Gastelum fight, like he's getting into firefights, and I mean, one of the most chilling clips I've ever seen is when at the 5th round of that fight, right before the bell rings, he said, "I'm prepared to die," and like you could read his lips say that, and you could tell like he's in a war right now, and he don't care. Like, he's going out on the shield, whether he wins or loses, he's going out and he's giving his best effort, and then he puts on a championship performance. Is like, I think that guy's super special, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I, like, personally, like I said, I put Silva above him. Yeah. Silva's just done things on the feet, you know, that is just crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing with Silva too is like he wanted to beat you where you were the most comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, like he beat Chael Sonnen on the ground.
Silva has the stupidest voice ever, but he's arrogant, bro. Like, when you really because when I hear him talk, I don't see that guy. But then when you see him fight, like, his arrogance shows in like his movement and like, and it's
Muhammad Ali of MMA.
Yeah.
He's the Muhammad. You know, but Brazilians are all like that. You know, that's just their personality. You know, Royce Gracie was the same way. Yeah. You know, I just watched a video of him a couple days ago, and he wanted you to know he was better than him. Like, he would put you in an armbar, and he wouldn't let go of it, even if the rep was sitting there. He's tapping. He's like, I'll hold it for another second. He's gonna know. He's gonna remember that I put him here.
Yeah.
You know, and that confidence for anything. And anything you do, your confidence is what's going to stop you from being successful or not being successful. You know, once you're not confident in yourself, you know, what do you really have?
Yeah.
You know, if you tell yourself, "Oh, I don't think I can do this," then why even try?
Yeah. That's facts.
You know?
I always say that, like, even with baseball, right? Like, I started late, and I had, like you said, like, I had like this weird. It was almost arrogance, like, because I knew I was already behind everybody. Like, my friends that I'm cool with been playing since they were 5, 6. You know what I mean? T-ball, like, and I'm already on the back foot. And there was something about it that was like, I'm just gonna outwork you, and then just talk my shit and get it done, you know. And I started seeing people who were more talented than me to start like giving up, and I was always like. That's kind of like where people kind of go wrong. Is like there's something in their head where it's like, I can't do this anymore, or they let the doubt get into their head. And I, even from experience, like with baseball, that's what happened to me. Like, the doubt started seeping in, and there was other things in my life where I was like kind of taking the front seat, and it wasn't as prevalent. And it was like that little constant thought of like, maybe you're not that good. Maybe you won't make it as far as you want. And I think that was the downfall to my career, and kind of something that I'm bringing into the streaming thing, where it's like, I see where my confidence can take me. You know what I mean? When I'm confident in what I'm doing, like you're saying. And I see where when I lack the confidence, how far I can go down. So it's like with the streaming thing, it's like, you can't tell me like I'm not going to be the biggest. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, right? At this point, especially like with what you see it more than anybody in terms of like every day on stream, you're with me. And you see when the chat's going crazy. You see when we have slow nights too. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like every night's great, but some nights we have great nights, some nights we have slow nights. But you see that there's a consistency that's building. But transition.
You've gotten better, even when you've gotten better when there's no chat. You know what I mean? Like back when in the day when you were first starting, when there was no chat, you really wouldn't be saying much.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and you've gotten better with conversating with yourself, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know, on chat. You know, without there actually being a chat, or with one person, you hold that conversation with one person. Like Jelly Donut dropped in yesterday. Shout out Jelly.
Yeah.
You know, and you were conversating with one person, and then you have the ability when a second person jumps in to conversate with both of them at the same time, and then the chat starts having their own conversation and putting their own points, which now allows you to play the game. You know, which is what they're there for in the first place. You know, there's a reason you put the game in your title of Twitch. You know, and if you notice, like we play MLB The Show, it hasn't happened yet. I don't know. We got that follower for the strikeout.
Yeah,
every time you got into a new game, you getting a new person who's like, oh, who's this AD guy? I've been watching MLB The Show for 6 months, and who's this?
Yeah,
you know, and he put a follow there just because I threw a strikeout.
Yep. Shout out Bird, got me a follower there. So late night with AD and J-Birdy. How do you feel about that? Because like it's obviously in the infancy of whatever it's gonna be. I mean, we're still trying to figure it out, but that was something like I think. I mean, you were on the stream so much. It was like I have to give him credit in some way, and it's the same way like with everybody, like with Roman, like being there on the Sundays. Like I want you guys to feel because it's my stream, and you know what I mean. Like it's my name, and they see my face, but it's not just me. Like it's never been just me. So with the late night, like what do you see or what would you personally want out of it? Because I didn't, you know, I don't think we've ever had the real conversation of like, would you want to be a content creator? And I know I always like tell you like, oh, you need to start streaming because like my clips or your clips are my clips now because you're not posting it, you know? And it's like, for me, I see the potential in you and obviously chat sees the potential in you. So do you see yourself making content in the future or is it just something where you just want to be, you know, the not the backseat, but you know, the other guy type shit?
Yeah, I do. Once I get, you know, the setup the way I want it, you know, I really don't want to be streaming with my garage looking the way it does. You know, ignore that chat.
You know? It's green screen.
It's a green screen. You know, I'm in Fiji right now.
Yeah. With Llama, Llama's right here drinking a Mai Tai.
he can't come to the phone right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I think, you know, eventually I can see it becoming a show where we have those ideas that we speak about, like those little, like, you know, bar breakdowns or like, you know, master debaters, you know, maybe not, maybe, you know, who knows what's going to happen, you know, but I think eventually that's what's going to end up happening is we're going to do a show like, oh, it's Tuesday, you know, we got to do, you know, whatever, you know, oh, it's Thursday, you know, and eventually we are going to have weekly episodic shows on. That's where I see the AD and J-Birdy and AD, depending on, you know,
the night
who's hitting their shots.
Yeah,
who's sending who yard.
Yeah.
You know,
who's more alpha on that day? Like,
you know alpha off.
Alpha off, the ultimate alpha off. Yeah.
You touch your shoulder, AD. I'll come over and just pat it. Bro.
I never really asked you that, but like being a part of the streams, did it open the thought of content creation, or was it something like you kind of always had in the back of your head?
Never ever thought about it a day in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I think it has a lot to do with I stopped playing video games, you know, for a while. You know, I don't know, I don't remember why I stopped, but I stopped. And then the next gens came out and I was like, I gotta cop one. I gotta get back into the game. You know, and then I started watching YouTubers who play the game or whatever, and I was like, oh man, look, this dude's got 30,000 people watching. You know, and then like one streamer will have another, they'll be streaming together. Then you look at the other streamer, he's got 60,000 people watching. You know, and I'm like, oh man, and then like I started playing with you guys. I'm like, oh, this can actually be a thing. Like people, we can actually do this. You know, even if not everybody's streaming, everybody's gonna have their role. You know, whoever wants a role. You know, everybody who's playing with us now, who, you know, jumps on fight nights with us now, everybody eventually is going to mold into their own, you know, thing, their own part of Blackout. Like, you know, who's going to be the streamers, who's going to be the VOD people, who's going to post vlogs, who's, you know, and eventually who's going to host the show. You know, and, you know, we got Herc who just edits, you know, not just edits, but he can edit. You know, which is a huge thing for, you know, a content team to have somebody who's part of the team with their own personality,
That's a beautiful thing. The thing that Herc to me is like a 5-tool player. Like if we've talked about Blackout as like a team, it's like I consider myself. He's like the 5-tool guy that's gonna get anything done. Like you give him an idea. I mean, everybody in chat, well, everybody a part of Blackout, not necessarily chat, but everybody a part of Blackout has given Herc an idea and he's executed the idea to what they want. You know what I mean? And it's crazy to me. Even like Big Homie, like every time Big Homie does content, bro, it's like it's almost like, especially like me and him, like when we get in a dynamic and we're talking about something, no matter what it is, like he shows like he has the potential to do it. Gabe, in his own way, has potential to carry something. Yeah. You know, like that's what I like about even Hen Dog. Like Hen Dog doesn't show his face or even, you know, be a part of most of the streams or nothing. But like you could see like he has the potential. And that's what I think the beautiful thing about what we're doing is, because, you know, like you're to me, like you're like you're like the guy right under me. You know what I mean? It's like, I think in my head, in my perfect world, it's like I blow up and then you start making content and then you blow up right off of me. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like we because again, when people come to my stream, they're always going to hear you. You know what I mean? That character of J-Birdy is there and people will know who J-Birdy is. And I think I told Big Homie this, like when Gabe does turn on his stream, because Gabe does, like out of everybody, Gabe like turns on the stream randomly, like, and I get so hyped, but like you'll see him have like 6 viewers and it's like, bro, it took me 6 months of quality grinding every day, 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, however many hours. But every day I'm grinding to get to that point. And you see that work that I'm putting in, like trickle down to everybody else. And it's like, fuck, like, yes, like that's what we need, bro. And like, I mean, you're always going to have my support on doing the content because I believe, bro, I believe in you, bro. Like, you make my content better. You know what I mean? My content, I mean, I'm funny and stuff, but I'm not J-Bird funny. I'm not coming up with random jokes and stuff. You know what I mean? Telling people to SMD. You know what I mean? You know? Like,
hey, GG's Llama.
Yeah, hey, Llama. You're in the chat, GG's.
Speaking of Llama, transition to an AD rant.
Let's go.
That, you know.
Yo, I forgot early. Oh, you almost missed it, Llama. Listen.
To the AD rant.
Listen, Llama. Me and J-Birdy are setting the stream up, right? You know, it's about 12:46. I'm on Discord. We're on Discord. I see Llama's little green icon on, right? And I'm like, you know what? We're doing the Llama show. Let me get Llama's logo on the layout. We can't find the right one. There's like a couple that are cut off with the circle. You know, you put the Avi or whatever. We Google J-Birdy Google images it and it shows up, but it's still cut. So I messaged Llama. Hey, are you up? Right? Clearly, the
what
guy's
Llama
up.
Do?
No, the guy's up, right? Right. All right. He's up. We see it on the Discord. I send the message. His icon is like for Facebook, because you know it tells you how long it is. It's like, you know, 35 minutes or whatever. The icon goes green. Llama's up, right? I'm like, we're gonna get the logo. We're gonna get this going, right? This man opens my message. I say, you still up? I mean, of course, you know, it's like, you know, 2 a.m. over there. So you still up text means different things, but still, this is business. He leaves me on red, right? Not only he leaves me on red, then I get a notification. Big Llama Show just dropped a new YouTube video. By the way, go check out Big Llama's new YouTube video. I'm pretty sure it's the History of the World Part 1 or I believe it's Part 1. But definitely go check that out. Shout out Big Llama. If you like his videos, hit the like button, hit the comments. But still, F you, Llama, because you left me on red when I needed your logo the most, dog.
Llama's new video, left on red. Everybody, go to Llama's new video.
Yeah, yo, right now, red. On his new video, comment down below, left on red. And that's it. Don't say he's going to know. You'll find out. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know. And you know it's funny. You know, I forgot about the rant because I think he messaged me back. I haven't checked, but I got a Facebook message, so I'm pretty sure it's him.
It's too late now.
It's too late now. We're 52 minutes into this conversation. It's over.
He didn't know the Llama Show was on a Thursday at 2 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. But yeah, and oh man, that feels good to rant about something, man. I see why the Llama rants go crazy, but.
Pardon the interruption, and sorry for interrupting the broadcast. I have to say, then I got nothing. He was absolutely right. AD texted me. It was close to. It was early. It was late night. I was on my phone, but I was ready to go to bed. I really have no excuse. I should have just wrote him back, and I didn't. And I ghosted him for whatever reason. I was just tired. I think I was going to bed. But AD, I'm sorry. You're right. But I had to come in here and defend myself. I had to make sure people knew I'm not an asshole. But anyway, continue with the show.
Yeah, man. With this content stuff and what we're doing, I think we have the right people around us. Like even Llama, bro. We say it every time, but Llama coming around, like, think about how much older Llama is compared to us. And not that he's that much older.
Older, chat. Way older.
Way
chat.
older, dude. At least.
Oh. Yeah.
Way older.
He was there when Moses split the sea.
Yeah. He lifted Moses' his bottom half of his clothes so it doesn't get wet.
Llama dropped the last 5 commandments. Okay?
Llama's actually the first llama to ever be on Earth.
Yeah.
That's why he's known as the Big Llama. He's the big homie.
Yeah. His social security number is 7. Okay.
Nah, but
Llama was born before dirt. All right, keep going. Go ahead.
You got another one?
Probably.
Nah, but yeah, like the people around us, and we're gonna continue to grow. Llama's channel's growing, and that's another thing. Like we gotta take over the YouTube world. I mean, you're very adamant on me streaming on YouTube, which I think is a good idea. But we seen what happened when I was in suspenders. By the way, I'm no longer in Twitch jail, so the hashtag free ADs from this last week's chat. Thank you guys, because you guys got me out.
Hashtag keep AD free.
Yeah. Hashtag don't let AD go back. No more locked doors. Gracias.
Hashtag Twitch blackout.
Yep. But all right, man. We're about to come to the hour mark. Let's I don't know how I want to end this. I don't even know if I want to end it. I'm having such a great time. Like, chat, right now, you guys like this episode? Do you want to see J-Birdy on an actual episode? J-Birdy, it's a joke between me and him, but he hasn't had his official
live Llama debut.
Yeah, he hasn't. He was in the and think about this. He's been on like 6 episodes. He hasn't had the one where it's just J-Bird. You know what I mean? Like feature is like the Big Llama show featuring J-Bird. We haven't had that yet. So Llama, we got to get on that. I don't understand why we haven't had that. We also need you and Llama because obviously Herc had his own episode with both of us. I think that's a cool thing. Like I think having a guest with both hosts is kind of dope because you see the different dynamic of the conversations. But man, with the Llama show, I don't know where I'm going with this, man. Honestly, chat, I'm gonna let you guys dictate what we talk about right now. Oh, but I really do wish you guys were here. Yeah, Q&A in the chat right now. I'll answer in the chat. It's like I'm not gonna answer here, but I'll answer in the chat.
Insert Q&A right there.
Nah, anything you want to talk about before we go though?
Yeah, the metaverse. Actually, I just seen this cool thing about Biggie. They're putting him in the metaverse, and they're putting Brooklyn in the metaverse, St. James and Fulton Street. I seen this thing that on YouTube, real cool. You know, I mind you, I've never been in the metaverse. I haven't done no VR stuff yet.
Yeah.
But the way they made Biggie look, and they had they show you like the avatar, like a real person's avatar, like running down the street.
Yeah.
And it was dope. Like you can walk into the bodega, and like live the metaverse. And then Facebook during the NBA Finals posted a meta commercial, and they were talking about like how doctors can practice actual surgeries.
In the
metaverse, yeah, and they could do it as many times as they want until they perfect that surgery. So I'm guessing you can put like if your patient's gonna be 6 foot, 300 pounds, you can put that there, and that's just me thinking. And then you can sit there and split the ribs and do the heart thing, and then it comes up an X or a check mark to let you know you're doing it correctly. And if that's the direction that we're going in the metaverse, that's gonna be cool.
I think obviously the metaverse is game changing, but I think once things get rolling on the metaverse and people you hear people talk about how they buy land and stuff like that in the metaverse, but when you really think about like what the metaverse can do, I think you ever seen Ready Player One?
Yeah.
I think I honestly think that's where we're gonna head. Like nobody's really gonna live life outside of the metaverse. I think in a point of history, like there's gonna be a time.
It reminds me of Wall-E.
Okay.
When the people live in those chairs and they live with the goggles on.
Yep.
You know, and everything's on a screen in front of you. You don't need any real life experience.
Yeah. Imagine, like this is just a thought, but imagine we did the Big Llama show every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, in the metaverse, and people, instead of it being like on the screen or them in the chat, they're
chilling with us.
It's like we're in an auditorium and we're having like a live podcast, but in the metaverse, like
a talk show.
That would be sick, bro.
With a live audience.
Yo, now that I think about it, that would be crazy.
We all sit on a table, you know, and you and Llama sit on a big desk, and you invite your guests in. They sit in a chair.
Yeah,
it's a live studio audience.
Oh, that'd be nuts, actually. Hey, chat, if you want a metaverse Big Llama show, let us know.
TFs, NFTs, whatever.
NFTs and TFs.
You know, this guy I work with, he's really into the metaverse. You know, he says he more or less goes every day. You know, it's crazy you're calling it like his actual spot. Yeah. And he said that they're going to start doing Uber Eats in the metaverse, and you can watch your like delivery through the metaverse.
Oh, like you're actually ordering food, and then it shows.
Yeah. And they're going to start with Subway.
Yo, but I don't get, like, how is he going to the metaverse?
With the Oculus.
Okay, with the Oculus. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I heard the Oculus is like crazy, like
he loves it. He
realistic.
He said it's the coolest thing you can do. You know, and I showed him the Biggie thing today, and he was like, bro, that's not what the avatars look like. And I was like, dude, look, this is what they're gonna look like. And it was like Brook.NFT or something, and I guess there's a Brooklyn NFT coming out. And he was like, dude, that's the direction they're heading in, bro. This is gonna be crazy.
That's nice because that's somebody that's actually into this.
Yeah, this guy at my job all day, he sits there and draws NFTs. He sits there and draws NFTs. He hasn't put one on a blockchain yet, but he does them. Like he did one. It was Nightwing and Robin on the same NFT. Like he did Nightwing was half the face, Robin was the other half.
Oh wow, he's nasty with the drawing.
Yeah, he's got this digital pad, bro, that he writes on. It's crazy. And he sits there between customers, bro, and he sits there and draws NFTs. You know, he did a Goku one in Super Saiyan. It was crazy.
Damn, man. Like, that's definitely, I mean, obviously the future, but like, imagine, not only is it like Brooklyn, but it's like 1986 Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like 2000, you know, LA or Compton or something. Like, you can go to like a specific time in history and experience what that place was like. Like, imagine like, because we have enough footage, and especially like you're saying, like if they're doing the doctor stuff, like they can easily replicate. I mean, they do it in shows, replicate like a time period, or like, you know what I mean, like be there for the Boston Tea Party, like some crazy stuff. Like the metaverse, I think is gonna, I mean, game changer, bro. It's truly a game changer. I'm skeptical a little bit about what it does for life. You know what I mean, like actual human life. This outside, because when you think about it. Like realistically, me and you every day we're gaming at least bare minimum 4 hours a day. Bare minimum. That's like that's a day where like you got something to do. I just got off of work and it's like this is the time we have. Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like when 5 I think
days a month.
Yeah, literally. Like we're not off games that much. You know. No. So imagine being in the metaverse and like, not saying my life is bad or anything. It's just like I would like to be outside more. Obviously, I'm working towards a goal, but I could see how somebody who doesn't have really the mindset of doing content or anything, they're just doing what we're doing on a daily basis, how detrimental that could be to a life. And I could see the negative of the metaverse doing that. Yeah.
But some of the positives, man, like imagine playing MLB The Show and you're sitting at home plate.
Yeah. Watching.
You know, and or you are the batter. You know, like that's the view you see. Yeah, you see the actual view of if you were on home plate. Yeah, you know, or you're on first, you're a base runner on first, and you can look around, see the crowd, you can see the second baseman. You know, you can talk shit to the first baseman because you're on first. Yeah, I'm about to steal. You let the guy know.
And it's like imagine like a legit like team on team type thing instead of like a Sunday league. It's in the metaverse.
The metaverse,
bro.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
Bro, there's a huge future to it. And at first I was super skeptical. Yeah. But then the guy I work with like talks to me about it. He said, bro, it's pretty nuts. He said, you can have a lot. He said there's movie scenes in there. Like you can go and walk on movie sets and like historical movie sets.
That's
wild.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember what he mentioned one today that was like a pretty big scene. And he was like, dude, you can walk on the scene and the actors, they're acting out the scene and you can interact with the people in the movie.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like if you were an extra in the movie.
Yeah, that's wild to think about because it's literally endless possibilities.
Yeah, like you can sit in front row at Ali Frazier, Ali Foreman. You can sit front row.
Yeah.
You can go see the ball roll through Bill Butler's legs sitting on the first baseline.
We could watch the Mets win the World Series.
Yes, bro, and listen to the crowd IRL in the metaverse.
Or your favorite moment. One of Birdie's favorite moments is when Piazza hit the home run after
crazy.
It's 9/11.
Yeah.
Like imagine that. What's one besides that one? But what's one moment or something you would want to experience in the metaverse? Like if it gets to that point where it's like, I would want to experience that.
I want to see Mankind win the WWF title for the first time. I want to hear that crowd, not even the moment, the crowd pop, and I would love to be in the middle of a crowd reaction like that.
Yeah,
when you have whatever it was, 20,000 people, 25,000 people who roar that somebody, one of their favorite people on the planet, win the title for the first time.
Yeah.
That'd be nuts. Even if I couldn't see the scene of him doing it, just to be in the crowd and feel the seat vibrate.
Yeah.
And that would be crazy to me.
Just that pop. Just
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Because technically anything that has been recorded or filmed can be in the metaverse.
Yeah. This podcast right here.
Yep. Anything that has enough camera angles can be in the metaverse.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I would assume we would be limited to that. You know what I mean? Like if the whole Bill Buckner going through the legs thing, there's only 2 or 3 camera angles of that. So if you're not sitting in that camera angle, how do you actually see it?
Yeah. That's true, actually. That's true, because especially at that time, it wasn't like now. Now they get every angle of a game.
Exactly. There's 400 cameras on the field.
Yeah.
You can see, a pigeon giving birth on top of the third base.
Like I never noticed that before. Is that a
rest in peace to the bird that Randy Johnson killed?
Oh yeah, R.I.P. It was a good bird. Yeah. Moment of silence, chat. Moment of silence.
All right, fuck that bird.
Right. Yeah. And he used it. Nah, yeah, I would like personally I would want to go to like a summer jam. Like
oh man,
imagine going to like a summer jam.
Watch Biggie throw the water bottle.
I'm trying to go to the summer jam when Hove put Prodigy in the tutu.
Yeah.
I want to experience something like that, or like a UFC fight, like John Jones choking out Lyoto Machida to bring it back to that.
Knocking out Masvidal.
Or yo,
front row. Bing.
Bing. See ya, buddy.
Yo, that's crazy, bro, to think of it that way.
I mean, that's the options we have with it, right? Like, there's gonna get to a point where you think of something like, man, I would love to do this or see this, or you know what I mean?
But imagine buying a UFC pay-per-view and being able to sit in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like live in a pay-per-view.
Like legitimate. And I think that's another realistic possibility. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Them recording like sporting events with metaverse style cameras or whatever. And
charging but all they really have to do is to take like 3 seats from every angle of the octagon and put cameras in them.
That's true.
And just charge enough to view it through the Oculus to make up for those seats. Because you're not just going to put one butt in that chair now. You can put 500-600 butts in each one of those chairs.
Yeah, plus whatever you're selling it.
Yep.
But see now something like that, right? Like we're getting creative, but does that hurt the live numbers? Because now you don't have to leave your house.
Yeah, but if you don't leave your house, then you just charge people to be able to sit in that seat.
I mean, that's essentially the pay-per-view. But I'm saying, like, would it hurt the UFC's pockets if more people were like, you know what, we can just all watch the Oculus. You know what I mean? We could all watch from the house and have like a fight companion or something.
Everybody has to have the Oculus on.
True.
You know what I mean? Because like if that seat, let's say that seat is $5,000, and you charge $100 for that seat now, and 50 people pay to sit in there.
Yeah.
Because now 100 people can pay $100 for that seat. You know what I mean? You just made $10,000.
Yeah. At that point, when you're talking numbers like that, then they don't really care if people are really there or not.
No, it doesn't matter as long as they're making the bread.
That's true.
You know, and like I said, you can just oversell all the seats because nobody's actually sitting in it.
That's
You know,
true.
they're sitting in it from home, you know, and they can watch the fight in their living room in the front row.
Yeah. Now, do you think there's going to be a technology that like you won't need an Oculus? Maybe like, I mean, obviously it would be expensive, but like, let's just say my head's thinking like a
Google
room of
Eye
screens or something. You know what I mean? Like you walk into a room and it's just nothing but screen, and then you could just experience whatever you're experiencing through that.
That'd be dope too, like in a dome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like a planetarium or whatnot.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The
You know,
metaverse is.
You can see 360 of the event.
Yeah.
You know, and I can only think of like funny things like me, you, and Hen are sitting front row at a Knicks game, and we start a fist fight with the people in the metaverse next to us. People sit next to us, and we just start swinging on them, get into a fight.
That'd be hilarious. I gave that man some love. I squabbled with that man.
Yeah, and they show it on TV. Look at these degenerates fighting in the metaverse Knicks game. We understand the Knicks are losing by 40, but there's no need for this type of harassment.
There's enough violence on the court. Oh man.
Like little things like that, bro. Like you could sit in a bar in the metaverse and we could sit in any bar we want, but we are actually drinking in real life. But we're all chilling in like an island bar in Hawaii.
Yeah, or be like on the top of a pyramid just vibing. Like, yo.
Then we start fighting mummies. You know, but we're all in our living rooms.
Start drinking on the movie set.
Yeah. You know.
Oh man. Yeah, metaverse opens a lot of options, man.
What if you can stop like assassinations in the metaverse? Like if you can go to like or Tupac, you know, you like don't stop at that red light, dude. Just drive past it.
Hey yo, Pac.
You know?
It's East Side all day, but just want you to know.
Yeah.
Don't stop
at that. Yeah, don't stop at that red light. Yo, pay this crackhead $50 to sit in that seat. You know, that'd be crazy. And then the butterfly effect in the metaverse. Tupac's lost now. It's 2020. Somebody gives him an iPhone.
Oh man, yo, chat. Let us know what you would like to see in the metaverse. Anything, moments, people, anything. Do you think the metaverse is a good idea? Let us know in the chat. Like I said, I wish the chat was here with us, but we're getting here. Yeah, you guys are right here.
Yeah, right above my nipple.
Oh, speaking of Biggie, I didn't even realize. Crazy. But yeah, we're coming close to the end of the show. We've done an hour. How do you feel like this is pretty much essentially your first long form podcast? I mean, you've had a couple, but like
I know how to have conversations. Yeah,
you're good.
It's a good, you're
good. You're not bad. You're not bad. The metaverse, like, think about it. We just had like a 20-minute conversation on that.
You know, we don't need that freaking chat interrupting us.
Yeah, come on. He's in the chat for what?
For what? You know?
I'm kidding. No, throw some 80s.
My legs. You know, but it's all good.
Oh man. Well, this has been a great time. I'm glad we got to do this. Next time we do this, hopefully it's an actual episode where you get your just due, brother. But Big Llama Show, let me do his plugs. Go watch his newest video. Go like his newest video and every other video past that. Tell your friends about us. The Big Llama Show every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Birdie, what do you think about this episode?
Top 55 Llama shows all time.
You think it's top 55 all time?
And it's not 55. That's Gabe's appearance.
That's Gabe's appearance. Yeah, easy, bro.
And thank you, Llama, for giving me the opportunity to be great.
Yes, sir.
You know, thanks for letting me, be the co-host. You know, the co-host. The
co-host twice removed.
Yeah, you know.
No, but yeah, man, definitely check out Llama's stuff, man. Great guy, that guy. He's given us scoundrels an opportunity on a platform that he's building himself. So thank you, Llama. Chat, we love you guys. We'll definitely be with you guys. I mean, by this time, you'll know we're with you, but we'll be with you guys in the chat come Sunday. And let's just keep running these numbers up, man. Let's keep getting these views up. Let's keep growing as a community and really build something here. Because I think, truthfully, man, Blackout and the Big Llama Show itself, the Big Llama Nation, I think we're building something special, man. And it shows every time we go live. And the same people keep coming back. And then we're adding new people every time. you know, and they're coming in and feeling the love of the chat. So like Llama says, man, the chat runs this show, man. The chat really gives us a different appreciation for what we're doing. So again, this is the Big Llama Show. I'm AD. That's my guy, J-Birdy. Be on the lookout for the late night with J-Birdy and AD. We coming soon, boys.